Look, if you're watching this right now, there's probably a reason why. Maybe your bank account is looking a little too familiar with zero. Maybe you're tired of wondering where all your money went every single month. Or maybe you're just fed up with feeling like you're running on a financial hamster wheel while working hard but never getting ahead. Here's the thing nobody wants to tell you. Most people are completely sabotaging their financial future without even realizing it. They're making the same devastating money mistakes over and over and over again, and then wondering why they can't build wealth or escape that paycheck to paycheck cycle. Today, I'm going to expose the five biggest money mistakes that are keeping you broke. And most importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix each one. These aren't complicated strategies that require a finance degree. These are simple, actionable changes that can literally transform your finances starting today. But here's what I need you to understand: knowledge without action is worthless. So, as we go through each mistake, I want you to take a mental note. Think about which one you're guilty of. And be honest. Be honest with yourself because you'll probably recognize at least three of these that are patterns in your own life. So, let's dive in.
The first mistake is what I call the spending treadmill. You earn money, you spend money, you earn more money, you spend more money. It's an endless cycle that leaves you with nothing to show for all your hard work, except maybe some stuff that loses value the moment you buy it. The brutal truth is that most people spend everything they make because they don't have a system. They tell themselves they'll start saving when they make more money, but that day never comes. When your income goes up, your lifestyle goes up right along with it. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes in the bottom. Here's how you break this cycle. First, you need to pay yourself first. I don't care if you make $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month. The moment that money hits your account, a percentage needs to disappear into savings before you even think about spending it. Start with 10% if you can, but even 5% is better than zero. Second, make it automatic. Go into your banking app right now and set up an automatic transfer. Make it happen on the same day you get paid, so there's no chance for you to spend that money on something else. Remove your own ability to make the wrong choice. Third, track every single dollar for at least 30 days. I guarantee you're hemorrhaging money in places you don't even realize. Maybe it's that subscription you forgot about, or those daily coffee runs, or the convenience store stops that add up to hundreds of dollars a month. You can't fix what you can't see. The second mistake is treating credit cards like free money. Credit cards are not an extension of your income. They're not there to help you afford things you can't actually afford. Yet people swipe away, thinking they'll figure out the payment later, and then they end up trapped in a cycle of minimum payments and interest charges that can take decades to escape. If you can't pay off your entire credit card balance every single month, you have no business using credit cards. Period. The interest rates on most credit cards are absolutely brutal, often 20% or higher. That means if you carry a balance of just $1,000, you're paying at least $200 a year just for the privilege of owing money. Here's what you need to do. First, stop using credit cards for anything you can't afford to pay cash for. Treat them like debit cards with rewards. Second, keep your utilization below 30% of your available credit. If you have a $1,000 limit, never carry more than $300 on the card. Third, pay off the entire balance every month without exception. If you already have credit card debt, attack it aggressively. List all your cards. Focus on paying off the one with the highest interest rate first while making minimum payments on the others. Every extra dollar you can squeeze out of your budget should go toward eliminating this debt. The third mistake is waiting to start investing. This is the one that absolutely kills me because the cost of waiting is so devastating. Every year you delay investing is potentially tens of thousands of dollars you'll never see in retirement. Let me put this in perspective. If you invest $200 a month starting at age 25, assuming average market returns, you could have around $600,000 by retirement. If you wait until you're 35 to start, you'd need to invest over $400 a month to end up with the same amount. Wait until 45, and you'd need to invest almost $1,000 a month. Time is your most powerful financial tool, and you can never get it back once it's gone. The excuses I hear are always the same. I don't have enough money to invest. I don't know enough about the stock market. I'll start when I have my debt paid off. Meanwhile, people who start small and learn as they go are building wealth while you're still making excuses. Here's how you start. Open an investment account today with one of the major discount brokerages. Start with whatever you can afford, even if it's just $25 a month. Invest in a broad market index fund that tracks the S&P 500. Set up automatic investing so it happens without you having to think about it. Then forget about it and let compound interest work its magic. The fourth mistake is lifestyle inflation. This is when you get a raise and immediately start spending more money. You upgrade your apartment, buy a nicer car, start eating out more often. Before you know it, you're spending every penny of your new higher income and you're no better off financially than you were before. The key is to live below your means, not at your means. When you get a raise, pretend it didn't happen for at least 6 months. Take that extra money and immediately redirect it towards savings and investing. If you get a $300 monthly raise, save $250 of it and only allow yourself to spend the other $50. This strategy alone can make you wealthy over time. If you save just half of every raise you get throughout your career, you'll accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars while your peers who spend every penny stay trapped in the same financial position they've always been in. The fifth and final mistake is waiting until you feel ready to start building wealth. This is the perfectionism trap, and it keeps more people broke than almost anything else. They think they need to read every book, understand every concept, and have the perfect plan before they take any action. The truth is, you'll never feel completely ready. There will always be something else to learn, some other strategy to consider, some reason to wait just a little bit longer. Meanwhile, people who start imperfectly but start immediately are already years ahead of you. The best time to start building wealth was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. You don't need to understand everything about investing to put money in an index fund. You don't need a perfect budget to start tracking your spending. You don't need to have all your debt paid off to start saving. Start small, start imperfect, but start today. Open that savings account. Make that first investment. Track your spending for 1 week. Take any small action that moves you in the right direction. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one of these mistakes that you're making and commit to fixing it this week. Not next month, not when you feel more prepared, but this week. If you've been spending everything you make, set up that automatic transfer to savings. If you've been carrying credit card debt, make a plan to pay it off. If you've been waiting to start investing, open that account today. Your financial future isn't determined by how much you make. It's determined by what you do with what you make. The people who build wealth aren't necessarily the highest earners. They're the people who have good systems and habits that automatically move them toward their goals. The difference between being broke and being wealthy often comes down to just a few simple decisions repeated consistently over time. You now know what those decisions are. The question is, what are you going to do about it? If this video opened your eyes to some mistakes you've been making, hit that like button and subscribe for more no-nonsense financial advice. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, take action. Your future self will thank you.